What's up, YouTubers? Today I'm going to talk to you guys about purchasing a new ATV or motorcycle or side-by-side or Sea-Doo, whatever it is, besides a car or anything like that. Most of the dealerships kind of go through the same little things that they try to trick you on, and I'm going to give you some ideas about it from my experiences as being a salesperson. That way I can give you first-hand little tips of what they're trying to do. The biggest thing is when they go to greet you, they're going to ask for your name and your number. Try to only give them your name. Don't ever give them your number, because then they're just going to blow your phone up if you don't end up purchasing something. That's just kind of like a little tip as far as going on about not being aggravated. The second will be, they're going to ask two questions. And they're going to ask these two questions if they're good, that is. The first question they're going to ask is there anything you changed about this today? And it could be literally anything. Be honest about that question. Tell them what you would like to change. Tell them what what you're looking for. That way you get on the correct ATV. Okay. The next is going to be, what is stopping you from taking purchase today? Never say that you would take purchase today, because then they know they have you. That's the worst thing you can possibly do for yourself. They're going to sit there and just try to screw you over because they think you're full-on fell in love with whatever it is you're sitting on. Okay? The third thing is, when you go inside, always ask for an out-the-door price. Do not finance anything. Do not start financing. Do not even look at any of the financing stuff until you know an out-the-door price. A lot of companies have huge add-on fees. So you could have say, I'm going to go with a Can-Am XMR 570. They're like 10 grand. Okay, that's what the sticker price is. They're not $10,000. You'll end up walking out of there at about $11,700 total out the door, because there is shipment fees from the manufacturer. There is a dealer fee. There is a dealer build fee, and then you have your title fees. The title fees you can't do anything about, and the shipment fee you can't do anything about. But the other two, they're kind of, some companies don't charge, some companies do. So always ask for your out-the-door price. Never ever start your financing until you know that. And the reason why I say that is because they know if you start your financing as soon as you get on, before you even get the price on the ATV, you're more willing to buy that ATV even though it's really expensive and more than you thought it was, because you've already started the ordeal. They know this. They play it by ear. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not dumb. Okay? The fourth thing I'm going to talk to you about is when trying to negotiate the price before you even start the finances. Okay? They're still going to come at you with a baseline monthly payment. It's going to be 8.9% interest rate, at 48 months. Baseline stuff. Roundabout ballpark monthlies. They're going to try and catch you on the monthly payments and not your full price. They're going to try and negotiate the monthly rather than the price. You're still going to pay the exact same thing if you go by what the monthly payment ends up costing you. They're still going to screw you over. Always do the out-the-door price. So what I mean by that is, they'll come at you with a 48 months and 8.9 baseline for, say, something $10,000. It's going to be like $240 with $2,000 now. Okay? They're going to hit you with a fairly high ball but not stupid high monthly payment. Okay? Next is what they're going to do if you say, oh, I can't pay that much per month. They're going to go back into the room and act like they're going to reduce the price of the ATV. Okay? They're not reducing it. They're going to go back in there and extend the monthly payments out to 60 months, which is 5 years. Alright? So then your monthly payments are going to drop down again. Okay? So you say you don't like that. And this is if you're not paying attention to your out-the-door price. They're going to go back in there and bump it up to 72 months, which is 6 years. Their maximum basically on whatever it is you're buying. they're going to sit there and bump your monthly payments up by the year, or not bump it up, but they're going to reduce your monthly payments by bumping your years out. So they're never once touching your out-the-door price at the ATV. So that's what I mean by don't go by your monthly payments, go by your out-the-door. Negotiate the out-the-door price. Now there's a lot of things that doesn't have a huge markup, I would say. Normally your side-by-sides are $2,500 to $3,500 of markup, unless there's a sale, okay? If something's already marked down, they're marked down way down because they're not making much off of it and they're just trying to get it moved out. That's an honest thing. If it's marked down, there's not much, they're not making much off of it. So don't hassle somebody over something that the salesperson's only gonna make 50 bucks on. It's not worth it to the salesperson while. But for the most part, if it's a full price MSRP price, they're making big bucks off it. ATVs, it's like $1,500 roughly, depending on the ATV. So there is moving room. You can get them down. Work on them by $500, or work at $1,000 first, and go down to $750, and then go down to $500. Never lay off the $500 off. I typically would not go off the $750. $750 is the most I will come off of. That's what I want off of that total price. So those are the things you really want to work with, is your out-the-door prices. So, and then when they go to financing, I forgot to mention this. When you go into financing, they're going to try and convince you to finance, even if you're a cash customer. They say that they can work with your payments, and they can work with you better as far as this and that, and all this other bull crap. It's not true. Sometimes it's true because the bank itself will give you, say, $200 incentive back, but for the most part, they're just pocketing money, and you're not getting anything out of it. So if you're a cash person, pay cash. If you do have to finance it, you're gonna have to finance it either way. So just go ahead and do it. But always leave financing to be last. And the biggest thing that I would suggest, if they're not wanting to work with you on the pricing, is to leave. Even if you leave for an hour, come back. They're more opted to work with you if you come back than if you was to just stick around there and try to kick them around and go through the whole thing. So leave, come back. They're going to see that you're serious and you're not messing around. You will leave. And honestly, the number one thing I can suggest to you, if you don't know much about ATVs and you're not 100% sure on what you're wanting to get, research it. They're going to tell you that they don't have packets. They're going to tell you they don't know specs. They're going to tell you this and that. They're going to get around everything they can to put you on the most expensive ATV they think you can afford. So those are my tips on buying ATVs, buying Sea-Doos. Motorcycles are done the exact same way. I don't know about Harley Davidsons, but I did sell Hondas. I sold Kawasaki Ninjas. I sold Suzuki Gixxers, Honda CBRs. I sold all the cruisers to those lines. It works the exact same way for all of it. So those are my tips for you. If you like the video, like it please, subscribe, and if you can hear, my son's starting to get fussy in the back.